Hey there, I'm excited to talk to you guys today about how to work and find the buyers because right now we are definitely in a buyer's market. But I want to make sure you guys know how to work with the buyers, find the buyers, lead generating, and this is something I need you guys to be able to capture the most amount of potential from what's out there right now, and it's particularly buyers. Back in 2001, 2002, it was the seller's market. Right now it's the buyer's market. So how do we find those buyers, and how are some of the quicker ways to do it and make sure that you are receiving all of these leads into your pipeline? So let's get started. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about how to find buyers. So let's move forward. So what we're going to be discussing is the current market, going over what is the current market, the best approaches that you can do to get these buyers, how to use Facebook to get the buyers, Facebook groups, which groups to join, and how important the CRM is, and how to use it, how to use the lead generating techniques to be able to get those buyers into your automations. Okay, so what is the market right now? I know we've been going through this back when some of you started, or before that, it was moving into the seller's market during 2001, 2002, 2003, all that was seller's market. Things were selling for 30 seconds on the market. They didn't even want to look at it. They just wanted to buy it. Well, now it's flipped. So now with the elevated mortgage rates, continued affordability challenges, so people are struggling with purchasing the properties because the mortgage rates are high, so it makes their mortgage higher. Some people just cannot afford it right now. Inventory levels are still below the market. There's still a lot of inventory on there, but the problem is that people do not want to sell their current home with their current interest rate to buy a lower mortgage. So it's that constant struggle of stagnant, which is causing this buyer's mortgage. But slow home sales, price is slowly coming down. People are still thinking that they're in COVID pricing, but still it is coming down, and it's kind of a snowball effect. Things are going to keep going, and what you're going to see is that people are getting desperate, so they're selling lower. So your neighbor sells lower. Now the new appraisal goes off of that lower rate. So it's just going to keep going down until the market adjusts itself. And also slow new construction. I think there's a little bit of that. That was something they brought up, and it is slowed a little bit, but not to what's really causing the market to be the buyer's market. But right now, as a buyer, you can walk into properties and you can say, okay, I want this property for $50,000 less, which is a great opportunity, because if say you're going to sell your home for $200,000, you may have to take a little hit, say $30,000. But now if you're going to go up and you want to buy something for $600,000, your range that the people are going to come down maybe $100,000. So yes, you are going to get into, as a buyer, you are going to get into a new rate that's, say, 7%, which was pretty traditional. That was a traditional rate in 2019, 2018. Before then. But now, as the market is going, you can buy it for $100,000 less. If the buyer is going to wait for the interest rates to go lower, they're going to have to probably buy $50,000, $100,000 more than their asking price. So right now, you can shave off thousands of dollars off of a property, and your interest rate will eventually reset. The rates will come back down, you refinance. But right now is the time that you can save thousands of dollars. And a lot of the people back in 2000, right when the bubble happened, 2008, 2009, they wish they had gotten into it at that point, but they were in the same stagnant. They're waiting for the rates to come down. And that's where we're at right now. So we're in a buyer's market. So as an agent, how do you work this, right? So one thing we can do, investing in Florida has this option for your buyers to do multiple things. You can go to properties that are sitting expired 9, 12 months, even more than a year. Some of these properties are still sitting on the market. You can go ahead and offer them something that they can't get anywhere else. They can do a midterm rental. So these properties that are sitting vacant for a year can at least make them income, and some as high as $6,000, $7,000. And if they go into a midterm rental, we're able to furnish it and take the furnishing costs out of their first month's rent or first 2 months rent, however much the rental is. So they're able to do that, which one helps them because now it's technically staged. Number two, it's not a long-term tenant, so people can still move in, and the short-term, midterm rental, they don't have to have a lease that they have to cancel or try to cancel or do cash for keys. So they're able to get those people out if they're wanting to move right away. So it's a great option, and they're going to get money. So number one, that's a great option, is the midterm rentals. Number two, say they have a property that is just not selling because it needs a new roof, new flooring, new windows. We can do rehab paid at closing. So you can go up to all of these expired listings and give them these two in particular, these two great options. Number three, okay, they're just done. They need to get it sold. We have the option of doing off-market sales. So we can go in there. They don't have to do open house. They don't have to do showings. They just go ahead and they sell the property. And we can sell it to investors. We can do off-market. And fourth, we have a great strategy advertising plan. You know, we come up with that. You, me, we come up with how we are going to, as agents, sell this property effectively and efficiently. Coming up with drones, its own website, who's it going to market to, and then we get into advertising, which we're going to hit on right now. So, but with these creative options, it sets you apart as an agent, and I want to make sure you have these tools in your toolbox so that you know how to present them. So let's dip into how to use Facebook to get those buyers for those properties that you have listed. So number one, join the Facebook groups, just join groups. Advertise as rentals, so you can get rentals out on our midterm rentals. You can get rentals that are long-term. You can get properties that are listings or properties that are off market. Take those. They don't have to be yours. They can be our brokerages, or they can be another brokerage. Just ask them for permission and you can advertise it and keep it advertised. Now, why spend that time to do this? Because people are going to ask you about the property and then you find the buyer. It's almost as if you're doing open houses. Finding the buyer doesn't mean they're going to find that house to buy, but you're finding a buyer. And these are the steps that you need to do. On Facebook, there is an extra step as a real estate agent. You have to make sure that you take the little quiz with Facebook to make sure that you know all the rules and requirements and all the things that if you have any trouble with that, get with me and I'll make sure you're set up. But you advertise it on Facebook Marketplace just like you would a pair of socks that you're trying to sell on Facebook Marketplace, which I don't know if you sell socks, or a bike or a car or whatever you're selling. So you're going to sell the same thing, but it's under property rental or property for sale. So groups though, what groups should I go for? Look for groups that say investors in Tampa, investors in St. Pete, investors in New York, even Chicago, because they're buying down here. Then there's I love Tampa, I love St. Pete, I love Tarpon Springs. Join all of those groups as a real estate agent. Moving, this is the best, moving to Tampa, Hillsborough, all these different places. And when you have these properties that you want to list or want to showcase, it doesn't have to be, again, doesn't have to be yours, doesn't have to be our brokerages. It could be one that you find off, friendly other agents that you work with, or just other ones that you just say, hey, can I list it? Can I show this on Facebook to try to find a buyer? Everybody's going to say yes. And you put it out there. But put it out in that city and get it out there, and you're going to find buyers. And the buyer's going to say, well, no, maybe this isn't the right one for me. Okay, do you have an agent? No. Okay, let me help you find your home. Now you have a new buyer. Okay, out-of-state investor groups are great. Like I was saying, New York, California, people moving from California and different states like that. Even the ones that I really enjoyed as well, Japan, other countries. So you look at those too. But real estate groups, which are real estate in Tampa, real estate, new real estate agents are always out there and getting out there. Networking groups, networking in Tampa, networking in Hillsborough, networking in St. Pete, networking, getting all of those, and then posting your flyers about whatever property you have that you want to showcase. And I would showcase one at least a week. Every week, showcase a new property. Get it out there on all these groups. then you're going to get those buyers. And just buyer groups. You can go out there and look for buyers in Tampa, buyers in St. Pete. Join all of these groups. Take that flyer and push them out there. Get them out there to all those. I'm going to show you real quick. Let's see here. Actually, it's not working. So I'll just go to here. So basically go off of all of these groups. Get invited. You have to answer questions, and then put your flyers in there. Rentals are really good too to put in here, because you're going to find people that are looking to rent while they are looking to buy. So you can ask them, are you looking to buy? What's stopping you? Da 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 da. And you can find buyers that way as well. So how do you showcase these? What kind of advertisements are the best? Showcase your homes that you have for sale. So not your personal home, but showcase your home that you are listing, your properties that you're listing. Showcase another property. So if you have another agent in the brokerage, you can showcase any properties that we have in the brokerage. We can showcase. So you can take any of them from our brokerage, any of them from any other brokerage, and get it out there. Showcase property videos. These are great. You can go ahead and meet some of the other property other agents have. You can go there and you can showcase those properties. We have an amazing videographer that works for us. He can do the video for you. He can do the zoom in, zoom out, showcase you walking through these properties, and that's going to set you apart from any other agent and get you really marketed out there to find these buyers. I'm going to leave a link down at the bottom, and it's going to be the website so you can see what they do. His name's Ty, and he has some great photography in there. The other one is city overviews. So taking a map and going through, like if they were to live here in this spot, and go through the area. And that's really technical, but if you have some time, you can grow a huge audience of people wanting to move in, say Hyde Park, Davis Island, and you're doing the information that people want to know about where they're going to move to. So that's a great option to increase your visibility and get more buyers. Multiple property views. So going and visiting, say 5 different properties in one day, and kind of showcasing, this one is this time, this one has this property, this one has 3 bedrooms, this one is kind of showcasing them all. That's a great way of doing it. And then also we do drones every once in a while. You can showcase that. I'll put them in the WhatsApp group so you can use them for yourself, and you can edit anything you want to do with those. That's a great way to get you out there as well and showcase the city. So what do you do now? So now you got it on Facebook, you get it out there. It's out to everybody on social media, but how do I do this? So now once somebody clicks in there, you can set up a Facebook bot. So a B-O-T. So I'm going to put a little link below to our bot. We did a training on how to do bots. I'm going to put that at the bottom so that you can link into and create your own bot. Basically, someone asks you and says, hey, I'm interested in this. It doesn't matter what they ask. The bot comes up and says, hi, are you interested in this property? And they say yes, and be like, okay, great. Which property is it? They put the address, and they can select the address, and it gives them right to this, to a landing page. And I'm going to show you what a landing page looks like. That's very effective. And this one right here, I'd say, is one of the better ones. This is the one we use. It says, please fill out this form. Please fill out the form below, and we will send you your property information. What I like about this is it has a contact information. Now this information goes directly into High Level and tags them as a buyer if they select yes. And it tags them as corporate rentals, rehab before closing, or off markets immediately when they fill out this form. Once they fill out this form, it gets directed right to the property that they're interested in. So you have to set up these automations, and if you're interested in doing this, Alan and myself will help you set up these automations through High Level. With High Level, like you guys all know, I know there's only one or a few of you guys that really use High Level, but you can use this to really automate all of these buyers. So now when these come in, they sit in a folder, and you can send them drip email as a buyer and keep it going. That's what gets people, a volume, you're going to start getting a lot of people coming to you. If you haven't started high level, it's normally $100, but with 100 a month. And but with investing in Florida, we have it for $29 a month, all the support you need, and all of these automations already set up for you. So we can get these, capture those leads, put it into your CRM, because without a CRM, that you're not doing any real estate at all. If you do not have anybody in your client management, whether it's Excel, whether it's high level, Zoho, any of them, if you are not collecting and have a database of future buyers or your walking billboards or ways to capture these people and put their information there, and to send them monthly e-newsletters, have them in a buyer's drip campaign, seller's drip campaign, and the more categorized and the more segmented you are, it will allow you to really dive deep into each one of these, and it seems less automated. So you want to tag them in so many different ways that you can. They're a friend, they're into corporate rentals, they're a buyer, they're off market, they're into this. Select them, and then you can set up these drip campaigns. And we have drip campaigns too that we can link to you. But that is so important to have your CRM set up. And if you do not have anyone, I've heard many real estate agents say, I just don't have anybody in my CRM right now, but that's impossible. You have a great sphere around you. You have your walking billboards, your parents, your family, your people that needed help with the lawn care, and you help them find someone. They may be interested in the future. Just send them drip campaigns, let them know what's going on in the market. You want to be the information. You don't want to be the one that, if they're not interested in buying right now, you don't want to talk to them. You do not want to be that real estate agent. You don't want to be the real estate agent that says, if you're not buying and you're not selling, I have nothing for you. You don't want to be that. You want to be the one that says, I will keep you here and I will inform you on what the market's doing. I will inform you when there comes a new policy about Elevate Florida. A lot of people didn't know about that. You'll be the one that will inform them on what new policies are happening and how interest rates are falling or climbing, or what's going on in the market. If you are the one informing them, they will come to you. And if you are not there informing them, they will go to their brother that's had their license for 10 years and never closed anything, and actually hurts them because they're not familiar with the market at the time. So if you're not doing that, that's what will happen. You'll see all the signs down in your neighborhood and they're not yours. So you want to be the person that informs people, and I'm just kidding there. Nothing wrong with the brother that had their license forever. But you want to be the one that's informative so that people come to you, and this is the way to do it with a drip campaign. So just to take you back, so you want to set up the bot with Facebook. You want to set up the landing page so you can do it, and you want to set up your high level so that it just drips right into it and you're in front of them all the time. So I'm going to send you, I'm going to have links below, and the links are going to set you up with how to set up a bot, the landing page, and then we can set up a time that we can go over how to create your CRM. So that's all I got. I wanted to just get that out to you so you know how to work and find new buyers. The other thing I didn't really touch on is I wanted to focus on Facebook this time, how to create and join all of these Facebook groups. But when it comes to other avenues, we'll definitely do like another class on bigger pockets, doing YouTube channel, getting people that way. I get a lot of people coming in that way as well. But there's a lot of different things. But I think the biggest thing that you have in your toolbox right now is having these options that hardly any other real estate agents have. And that includes offering them a solution for their expired listings, or not even expired, it's sitting on the market, FSBOs forever. You have something that they want. And that's this. This is the midterm rentals and rehab paid at closing. So I hope you guys can use this as a way to get more buyers and a way to get more business in 2025, the second half. And just check out the links below, and hope you have a good day. Talk to you soon.